Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healing Room Tarot with yours truly, Magoon. You may also hear people call me B because I am the B. If this is your first time watching, thank you for tuning in. I hope you like, subscribe, excuse me, and share the video. I have a little congestion, so please forgive me. But today I will be giving the weekly spiritual progress report. And what this is this is collectively, and this is um, one that is, it's not dated, it's open. So whenever you watch this, no matter when I record, um, this video is for you at this moment in time. And the purpose of the spiritual progress report is to see what are some of the things that Spirit would have us to do, Spirit are asking us to release, and Spirit is asking us to incorporate in our lives at this time for progression. So, without further ado, I am going to go ahead and get started. And at this moment, I am hearing a name right now. So, Margaret, if you are watching, please stay. um, I'm also hearing a Sherry. Hmm, interesting. Cards that I'm seeing, very interesting. Collective. Instantly hearing, I'm gonna go ahead and share this, and then you'll see the cards later. Um, I'm hearing, don't worry about love. The love is coming. Work, focus on your career at this time. Focus on other things at this time because it is going to come. There are two major arcana cards here that I'm looking at. And if you're noticing, I am not looking at the cards. I never look at the cards when I shuffle. Sometimes you may see me close my eyes. Just and this is for my newer viewers, and that is because I everything that I do is truly guided by spirit. Um, I always tell people I am just a catalyst on this great earth for spirit to use as spirit pleases. Oh, okay. Hmm. Three major arcana cards. All right. So I'm going to show you the card, and I'm going to tell what happens because for each card there was a clarifying card. And so the first card that came out was the Knight of Cups in reverse, which means that there was a relationship that did not work out. There was a relationship that maybe I'm feeling that you had to walk away from, collective. There was a love, for whatever reason, mind you, whether it was a marriage, a dating relationship. I am getting that you had to walk away from it. And the reason you had to walk away is because you were not feeling comfortable. You are not in your Queen of Pentacles state. And it, collective, if you are a male and this is the first time you're watching, just because the card is showing a female doesn't mean that this is not your energy. But either way, you are not in this energy of comfortability, especially with your. I'm hearing wealth. Of course, finances is a part of wealth, but there's emotional wealth. There is the wealth of friendship, the wealth of resources, things of that nature. You are not comfortable with that, and as a result, you just you was in this energy. And then we also got the lovers in reverse here. Lovers in reverse means that it was some deep passion. It wasn't an easy let go, but you recognize that in order to get into this Queen of Pentacles energy, you had to let go of something so that you could get your hopes and dreams. And this is the Star card, because this is where you're focusing right now. This is also where I'm hearing Spirit wants you to focus as well. For some of the relationships, what I am getting is that Spirit orchestrated a basically a tower moment for these relationships, because you were not where you were supposed to be spiritually. You were not where you're supposed to be, or of how you were created. Right now is the time for you to start working on your actual purpose work, not just the work that you do your 9 to 5. It's actually time for you to start working on your purpose work. And what was happening is that you were not seeing for I'm hearing vision. You were not seeing the vision. And because you were not seeing the vision, it means that this love was a distraction for you. I wanted to pull out a healing card and see what this says. And it came out in the reverse. When these cards come out in reverse for me, it means that you really need to pay attention. It says natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you naturally, attractive and lovable inside and out. And I feel like some of you, this is what it looks like upright. Um, I feel like some of you kind of lost touch with that, especially if this was an abusive relationship, or one where it started to, you started to act out of character. You started to not see yourself as the person that you were designed to be and created to be. You know yourself before this relationship, and you knew how happy you were and how joyful you were. I felt like there were some changes that you made that kind of watered yourself down, and Spirit says no. A relationship should never water you down. A relationship should uphold you and strengthen you at this time. And the clarification card for the Knight of Cups was the Page of Pentacles in reverse, meaning that you are not getting anything. It gives me the reciprocal type of love. You weren't being reciprocated, whether that was financially, whether that was emotionally. You were not getting reciprocated. It was that overextension of love. You were giving out more than you were receiving. And because of that, it took your mind away from who you were. The Queen of Pentacles was clarified by the Queen of Wands, but upside down, which confirms you are not in your passions. Because when you're in your passions, every area of your life prospers. It was like you were being the page to this knight. You were bringing the page everything that you would want, right? And not to say that you were the page. Let me clarify that. It was as if this person had made you become the servant, the subservient, is what I'm hearing, to them, meaning you were pouring out, giving to them, and they would just receive, and you would not receive anything in return. And then, so you just felt drained. you stop doing the things that you love. You start doing the things. I'm hearing self care. You stop doing the self care things that you were doing for this other person. I'm also getting at this moment that that's for some of you, it's not a person, but it was a job, it was a place, it was um, a sort of like a place that continuously had you working, and you work till you tire out, and you don't get a chance to rejuvenate. And what was happening is that people would make requests, give you extra work, and you would accept it instead of putting up boundaries and saying, no, I cannot at this time. It's oh, okay, well, I don't mind doing it. And when people start to see that you didn't mind doing the work, they started targeting you. They started doing a lot more of those things, start giving you a lot more tasks than normal. And what was happening is that they said, oh, well, if she's going to do it, if he's going to do it, then I'll just give it to them, and I don't have to do that. That's a lesser load for me. And so while they were giving you extra work, you was burning out, and you was losing things that help with your upkeep. The Lover's card was confirmed by the Empress in reverse. Now, the Empress in reverse is she's the mother. As you can see here, she's the mother. So you weren't producing anything because you weren't loving yourself the way you were supposed to. You weren't receiving this love that you thought that you had. And because of it, I'm hearing it takes two to tango, right? But what I get is that for some of you, you felt like that you could have been a mother, or you could have been a father at this time, but things didn't work out. And again, it was because this isn't the love for you. This love actually drained you. And to bring a child in this world would have meant. Let me finish that statement. To bring a child in this world with that type of partner would not have been ideal for you. And Spirit did not want you and does not want you to go through that, because what that would do is it will tie that child, will be the tie um, that holds you to this person. Whether or not you're in a relationship with this person, you are still connected to this person by that child, right? My fingernails are the child. This is you, this is them, right? So there we go. So as you are being tied, it's time you try to go your separate ways, but you can go but so far. Because I felt like that person would use the child to manipulate and control you even after you are apart. So do not feel like you have missed an opportunity with this person. No, you still have an opportunity coming, because again, you have the star card here, and you're still connected to spirit. Let me see. There we go. You're still connected to spirit, and you still have your dreams. And spirit is saying you still have that connection. You still have the opportunity to receive these things. Another thing that I was getting is that when I say it takes two to tango, that also includes in business. For some of you, there was business deals. There were some contracts that were broken, and you felt like, oh, well, this dream that I had, this vision that I had is not going to come true. Spirit is saying, no, there is another opportunity for you. On my other channel, Healing in the Vein, I often would use the scenario of think of it as another way of doing things. So in the book of Genesis, if you really read that first book of Genesis of how the Bible depicts and talks about how the earth was formed and was created, there's this one scripture I want to say is chapter 6. I want to say it's chapter 6, but it begins to talk about how the earth was watered from the ground up, meaning that the water was already on the earth. So the earth was already nourished from the ground up. It did not start raining until later on, and you read about that. The first mention of rain is in the book of Noah, and so and that's why it is fathom. It was hard for people to believe Noah because if you go around thinking like, oh well, it didn't rain and or it rained and then oh he's building a big ark and they're saying oh it's going to rain enough where it's going to flood the earth. You know that wasn't why people did not get on the ark, right? They didn't get on the ark because at that time they could not perceive rain or water falling from the sky. They could not perceive it. So while Noah was describing, I saw water falling from the sky down, they're looking at him like, what? We get our water from the ground. What are you talking about? Water doesn't come from the sky. It wasn't comprehensive. It wasn't conceived. It wasn't believed. It was like this new phenomenon, right? So for many of you, with projects, with work, it was some things that you wanted to do. It was some visions that you had, and other people could not see it. And because they could not see it, they walked away from you. You had investors to walk away from you. No matter who the investors were, even if it was your family, you had people that did not believe in your dream and in your work. And Spirit is saying, just because they didn't pour into you does not mean that you couldn't go from this, from the thinking that you would become this person with them to this by yourself. Don't think that you still can't produce by yourself. I'm, I'm sorry. I just realized that I was talking about the creation of the earth, the creation of the earth here. Um, and then she has water. This is water right here with fish and everything in it. But I did want to share that you can still get this opportunity to if it is a child that you desire to still have this child, to if you're desiring a new career or something within your career sector, you can still produce this. You still have the opportunity to. The last card, I am going to show you the star card again. So this is you. You're still hoping and dreaming. But as long as you continue to be in that energy of you want to work things out with that person or that business or that company, even if you were let go, right? I feel like some of you are trying to apply within the same company but in a different department. It's like it's not going to work for you because you're not meant to be there. You're meant to go somewhere else, and there's a reason why. Um, but it's like you will still the hopes and dreams that you had within that space. You're still going to get it. Don't worry. But right now, in the energy that you're in the full energy in reverse, which means that you are not letting go. You're trying to control things. You're trying to monitor things. You are trying to make things work on from your own will. And Spirit is saying, don't use your own will. Rely on me. Let me guide you. Right now, there are some times, because I do want to clarify, there are times when Spirit wants you to take charge and do things on your own, but those are learning moments. But you should still do things that keep you connected to Spirit so that as you're doing things on your own, if you go off course just a little bit, Spirit can intervene and say, nope, 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 I need you to go back here. No, no, no. Instead of going to the left, I need you to go to the right. And spirit will make it obvious. I would say that you're supposed to be doing a thing. So I don't think I've ever shared this story on this platform, but I'm in a new state. And so I'm in a state where one of my friends live, and one of the things about it is that I came to celebrate him, and his husband. And while I was here celebrating, um, I have, you can't see it, but I have a patch of hair here, and I was getting it shaved down just a little bit. And I went to the barber, and the guy just starts talking to me about the place and about the universities here. He asked me where I worked, and I told him. And he goes, "Have you ever thought about moving here?" He didn't say here. He said the place. Um, and I was like, "No," didn't think nothing of it. So later, as we're getting prepared for the party, my friend is talking to another friend of his, and she's a prophetess. And she starts talking. She was like, "Let me talk. Let me talk to B." She used my real name, but on this platform, you're gonna know me as B. um, and so she begins to talk to me about how she sees me moving here. I'm like, "I have no desire to move here, but okay." She's like, "Okay." She said, I just keep hearing that you're moving here, but okay." It's like, okay. So then we go to the actual party. Now these is so I saw the barber at like 8 o'clock in the morning. This conversation took place at like 1 o'clock p.m. The next conversation is at, I say, like 11:30, maybe more so to closer to 11, because we had to be out. But either way, the grooms, well, my friend's husband's best friends. Okay, my friend's husband, best friend, boyfriend, got it, starts talking to me about opportunities here. What did I do? And then he asked me, "Have you ever thought about moving here? I think you would do really great here." And I'm like, I looked at my friend like, I just met this guy and what is happening? And I'm like, at this point, it's 3 times. So then, now this is October. So then, fast forward to January 1st. I'm visiting my sister who doesn't live too far away. And for New Year's, I decided to visit my friend again and go to his church. So I go to his church. And on the way to the church, I just see like this bridge. I will never forget it. I just see this bridge, this overpass. And my heart said, home. I was like, home, okay. And I'm going to tell you my exact words. And so as soon as my heart said home and I said home, my GPS said, "Welcome to," and it said the state. And I said, "You shitting me?" I was like, what is this? What, what? What's going on? And so I get I get to his church, and I was like, "I got something to tell you." And he was like, "Okay." And but he was walking around and stuff, and then I finally told him. He said, he looked at me. He was like, He said, "Now he's your GPS." I said, "My GPS." He started laughing. So then after church, I met his pastor. His pastor had come to his wedding, was wedding activities, and he's like, "Hey, good to see you again." I had to remind him of my name, and then he stopped and he looked at me. He was like, "Aren't you moving here?" looked at him. I was like, no, that was not on my list. And I looked at my friend and he said, I ain't told him that. He said, well, how about this? I'm gonna pray on it. And I'm gonna pray with you for direction and guidance. And he prayed with me and I'm sitting there like, I'm dumbfounded. Because at this point in time, this is 5 different messages in 2 different times, but 5 different messages. We go out to eat. We had a table, and there's 2 other ladies that he wanted to introduce. Well, he wanted me to introduce me to all of them, but there was 2 other ladies there that he really wanted me to introduce because I have always had a sight gift. So I should say that too. I've always had a sight gift. So I know other seers and prophets when I see them. So I knew that 2 of the ladies were seers or prophets, however you want to determine. So I'm talking to one, and she's telling me she was like sitting like this, and she looks at me. She was like, "When are you moving here?" And I said, "What? Not you too? You no. I'm not moving here. No, have no. That has not even been on my list. My place of residency has always I have always wanted to move to New York. I've always loved that city. Like I just culturally and the things that I hear about it, even the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. I've always wanted to live in New York. So this place is not New York. So I'm like, no. And then so the other lady, she asked me a question. No, somebody else had asked me a question, and I started talking. And then they was asking me about like my career and what I'm doing. Um, and I just told them, this is what I currently do, and I am going to do something bigger. I'm in the process of trying to go back to school and da 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 da. The lady was like, she goes, she said, but you need a shift. You need to move away. And I was like, here we go. And I was like, she better not. She was like, you supposed to be here. And I was like, not y'all double teaming me. And they both started laughing. And I said, I literally just stopped talking to her about the same. She said, yeah, we did. She said, you're supposed to be here. She said, in fact, I'm giving you until June to be here. And I was like, she said, no, not even June. I'll say July. By July, you should be here. I said, well, if this is where God wants to place me, God's going to have to open up the doors because for me, I just don't see it happening. Because at that time, I should also say that I was financially, I was on a drip, a slow drip. And so I could not understand how I was going to make this move when my finances was looking like a slow drip. And the only reason why I was able to get to my sister's house from my state of my home state really is because I got a Christmas bonus from my job. And I was like, oh, a little extra money. I could do traveling, I could do this and that. So I'm like, that was a bonus. And this bonus is how I'm here with you all now. So unless there's another bonus coming in, unless there's going to be some changes that I don't know about, I'm not going to be here. But I'm not saying that it won't happen. But I'm just saying if God really wants me here, God's going to make a way. God's going to make the provisions. I get home and I'm not thinking of it. Then all of a sudden it's like, as I'm looking at schools to go to, it's like, let me just look in this state to see what schools they have. They have a school here that has the exact program that I wanted to study. And I was like, fine, I'll move. Oh, let me step back. When the 2 ladies were talking to me. At that point, that was seven signs, seven people to let me know that I was supposed to be in this state. So, eight, which is basically the start of a new beginning, start of you walking to a new beginning, um, was the school. I said, okay. So I just started getting things together to see, I don't know how this is going to work, but literally everything fell into place. My lease ended in May. Um, it fell on a paid weekend, which means I had extra money. And because I wasn't paying rent for the next month, I had that money. Um, I closed out all my accounts. I rented a U-Haul. I I rented a U-Haul that I could transport my vehicle on as well. So I packed up my whole house, packed up my vehicle, came to my new state. My friend and his husband said, you know, you can stay here as long as you need to, until you find a place. But by then I had found a place, this place that I'm currently in, honestly. And the thing about it is that this place, what I was paying for back home for a one bedroom apartment, I am here in this space paying the same amount, a tad little bit more because it just went up for this year, but roughly the same amount for a two bedroom. And I must say that it's very spacious. And I shared that to say that when you follow along with spirit, when you stop trying to control the narrative in the situation, doors and things will open for you. I feel like for some of you, you all have had those moments where spirit has been trying to direct and guide you, but you didn't go with the plan. You didn't fall into the plan here. Because it's almost like instead of free falling, it's just like, oh, wait, let me come back up. Nope, I see something else. Let me do this. And spirit is saying, when you fall into my plan, when you fall and follow me, you will see the doors that are open for you. You will see the people you're supposed to connect with, even in love situations. I'm feeling led to pull another healing card because there, for some of you, there is a another struggle, and I would like to get that out so that you can start working on that. Oh, and the first card was fluorite. So if you have fluorite, please use that in your meditation and prayer time. Hold it, have it around you, wear it, what have you. I have ametrine here, and it says balancing masculine and feminine energies. So yes, so and I'm gonna without reading the card itself really quickly, I do want to say that when you balance your yourself, right, what happens is, so the masculine energy is that I'm gonna hunt, I'm gonna, that protecting energy, that I want to say it's the positive side of survivor energy, right? It's that drive that says if I don't go to work, um, I'm going to be homeless. I'm not going to have food. It's that energy of I must provide, right? But yet you also have to be in the energy of the feminine energy that says, okay, that you've worked 4 days straight, extra hard, you did the first job, you did the second job, and now and you've been out here looking for something else to do to make money, to bring in something, right? It's that energy of doing all that extra energy, the masculine. But that feminine energy tells you, okay, it's time to rest, it's time to nurture yourself, it's time to, you every 3 days out of the four that you know that you're going to go really hard, I need you to pull it back some. I need you to rest. I need you to unplug and get away from people. I need you to be in your own space, right? And you can't really do that. For those of you that this is a relationship for, you can't really be it to yourself if this person is always nagging, if this person is always pulling from you, right? If you're always catering to this person, you're not going to find rest. And so, in order for you to find balance, you have to balance your life. And what the card reads is it says, allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence, right? So, at this time, and what I was reading before is the generic way of trying to explain masculine and feminine energies. So what this card is telling you is that get into your creative side. There's some things creatively that you're going to do, that this life work, this purposeful work, this work that you're going to be doing in your career, because for some of you, you're in the career that you're supposed to be in, right? You're in the field that you're supposed to be in, but you have not found your purpose in that field. And so right now, Spirit is telling you at this time to be creative, because there is this thing in your mind that, again, if it's projects, it's some kind of vision that you have that other people didn't see. Spirit is saying you're going to be able to creatively do that and still help the people that you're supposed to help. Still do that thing that is here in your heart space that's telling you that I'm supposed to be doing this. And while you are doing that, it's going to be beneficial to you. You're going to get all of your dreams. You're going to start creating some things. You're going to start finding new passions. You're going to start getting information about wealth. And as you're doing that, you're going to be in this energy of, I am going to protect my bag. I keep hearing that. And so for those of you who don't know that, that saying, it's saying that all the money that you're drawing in, you're going to save it. You're going to use it for, you're going to use it as investing in things that will return it to you. Um, and so as you're doing that, you're going to get a return of investment. And again, you have to do this all while not trying to do it all by yourself, but allowing Spirit to help you. And in the process, you're going to get a new love, right? You're going to get offers, is what I'm hearing. You're going to get offers that you're going to love. Whether this is a loving relationship or a new deal, you're going to get offers. And when you get offers, you're going to be in that ultimate loving relationship that you so desire, that you so want in your life. And so please understand that during this time period, you are enough. I actually heard that from my friend yesterday, but I'm hearing it for you all too, that you are enough. You don't need the glitz, the glams, and the camera lights to do it. Just believe in yourself. Believing in yourself will help you make this drive. So thank you for tuning in tonight, or today rather, excuse me. Well, if it's night for you, tonight. Um, but also please like, share, and subscribe. Get more healing in this room, in this space. This is why it's called the Healing Room Tarot, because when you come in this room, you're going to get everything dedicated to you to heal, that thing. And also, I am going to announce that I will be doing, I do personal readings. So definitely write to me if you would like a personal reading. It is, yeah. Let me see. You can contact me on Instagram. I am going to, let me go ahead and write that for you. on Instagram where you can connect with yours truly. Um, and when you write to me, say something about a personal reading. Don't just say hello. Like I like hellos too, but just say hello. I saw you requested, if anyone wanted a personal reading to contact you, and so we're contacting you. So we're gonna do that right there for you. So definitely please contact me on Instagram at that tag, and I will respond to you and I will get with you. Also, the next set of series, and I'm doing it starting today actually for a few signs. I'm going to do a shedding reading. I was inspired to do this reading by Spirit, directed to do it, and so I am going to do it. I'm stopping because right now I'm smelling apple cider vinegar like it's being boiled. So if you're cooking right now, I don't know why there's a significance, but maybe if you're cooking right now, you're supposed to hear this particular message. I'm even smelling barbecue. Like, what is going on? It's making me want a plate right now, honestly. Um, it really is. So if you're cooking at this moment, you have barbecue, you're using apple cider vinegar for something, right? You definitely listen to this. But I am going to do a snake skin shedding reading. And what that means is, what are the things that you are shedding at this time or need to shed so that you can grow? And we all know that when snakes shed their skin, they're not just shedding just to shed their skin. As they're shedding, they're becoming larger. So, what is it that Spirit wants you to shed at this time so that you can become even larger and even greater than what you are? So, please join me for those readings. It will be the snake shedding skin for that particular sign. And if you do not know your astrological sign, the look it up using your birth date, right? If you know your top three, your sun sign, your moon sign, and I've heard, I was not going to say Venus, but I'm hearing Venus too. Your rising and your Venus sides. Please listen at those signs as well, so that you can get the collective and the whole picture for you. If you do not know those, um, go to astrologycafe.com and get a birth chart reading so that you can understand those sign placements in your life. And you're going to also find a few other good nuggets. So, shout out to Astrology Cafe. You have helped a lot of people that I know, including myself, at the beginning of my journey. So, shout out to them as well. Um, and if you are like, let me go ahead and also put that up there as well. Um, Astrology Cafe. That is where you can find your birth chart reading. So, thank you again for tuning in, and you all have a good day. All right. Bye bye.